is your student book, page 222. So you can just open up to page 222, excuse me. All right, let's try this together. We also are going to look for the estimated area of the leaves. We have 4 leaves in here. I'll pick 2 and you do 2. It says estimate the areas of the leaves drawn below by counting squares. So let's get working. Leaf A. On a quick look, we have 3 fully covered boxes on leaf A. Okay, now let's see the boxes that are more than halfway covered. Towards the apex, I have 1. Towards the end or the bottom of the leaf, I have another 1. That makes it 5. Then look at the parts of the leaf that is bulging out on the left, both on the top and the bottom. That's another 2. So I think this leaf is about 7 square centimeter. That's my estimate for this leaf. 7 square centimeter. And let's see another one that we can do. Okay, I'll do the area of leaf D. Now leaf D, on a quick look, we have fully covered boxes are 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fully covered boxes. Now let's see the more than halfway covered boxes. Towards the end of the leaf, we have 1. That makes it 5. That's towards the bottom of the leaf, pardon me. It's actually almost covered anyway. All right, we have 1 there. Then look at the bottom of the leaf. That's coming towards the end of the table or of the boxes where the leaf bulges out. That's another 1. And here is another 1 next to it and another 1 next to it. At the apex of the leaf, that's the top of the leaf, there's another 1 there. So let's carefully count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, I can say the fully covered and more than halfway covered boxes are 10. So my estimate of leaf D is 10 square centimeter. All right, you do the leaf B and the leaf C and you see what your answers are. Send it to me on Class Dojo just like you've always done, and let's see if the answers are correct. From your workbook, page 200. Let's see this tangram below. It says look at the sketch of a tangram below and we'll answer the questions with the tangram. Now please open your workbook to page 200 and let's do this together. Now I'll probably do a little out of it and leave you to do the rest, okay? But then it says find the area of each part of the tangram by counting squares and write it on the diagram. What is this asking us to do? Can you see that there are lines dividing this box or the square we have? That's the bigger square. Can you see all the lines dividing them? Now with the lines dividing them, can you also see that they are forming smaller shapes inside the tangram? They're forming smaller shapes. Yes. All right. The green lines divide the big square. Okay? And the green lines are actually forming a shape each. Let's see how many shapes we have. If you look at the top, it's like we have a triangle that is upside down. Yeah, and then if you look again at the right hand or the left hand side, we kind of have a triangle that is facing the right. Okay, the top is actually at the middle of the whole shape of the whole square. And what other shape do we have? I can see a rhombus. Can you see a rhombus? And right beside the rhombus, I see a triangle to the right and a triangle to the left. Do you see that? Right beside the rhombus on your right, Do you see the triangle? Okay. Now, also to the left, do you see the triangle? That now looks like a normal triangle. It's so easy to see. Now, underneath the triangle, what shape do you see underneath the triangle? I think this, if you look at it in one way, no, this is not a kite. This looks like a parallelogram. A parallelogram. If you cover it all up with the line of the tangram itself, if you cover it up at the edge with another line, it looks like a parallelogram. And look at the bottom right hand corner. What shape do you see there? A right angle triangle. Okay, so let's see how many shapes we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have about 7 shapes in here, and 5 of them are triangles. 4 are triangles and 1 right hand triangle. Okay, that's good. Now let's see the area of each of the shapes. Let's start with the top triangle. The triangle at the top, the one facing upside down, or the one that is upside down. Let's start with that one. Now count the number of boxes we have in it. Count the squares we have, the fully covered squares. Remember, we're looking at fully covered squares and more than halfway covered squares. So let's count. We have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 12 fully covered squares, in the triangle. What about halfway covered? Can you count the halfway covered? Now, do you see that this particular shape gives you exactly or a perfect halfway covered shape or box? It gives you a perfect halfway covered square. Alright, now since we have 12 fully covered, how many halfway covered do we have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you see the halfway covered? Just by the edge of the triangle. Yes, we have 8, 4 on the left and 4 on the right. Alright, now, so what can we say the area of this triangle is? Should we say it's 12 square centimeters? No, we will not say that. Do you know why? Because the halfway covered boxes can still give us up to 1 square. They're exactly halfway covered. If you add 2 halfway covered boxes, will it give you 1 box? Yes. So we have 8 halfway covered. Let's pair 2 each. We're going to pair 2 to make 1 fully covered. So we pair 2, we get 1. Pair 2, we get another 1. Pair 2, we get another 1. And we pair 2 and get another 1. So it means we've been able to achieve 4 fully covered boxes from those halfway covered boxes. What do we then do? Add the 12 fully covered boxes to the 6 that we have now achieved by merging or pairing 2 halfway covered together. And what does the answer give us? 16. So it means we'll have 16 square centimeter as the area of the triangle. Let's see the next triangle. The triangle on the left hand side. Now that we've been able to do the top triangle together, now you try to do this. Check the number of boxes that are fully covered with by the shape and the halfway covered. Okay, we have 12 fully covered and 8 halfway covered. So 8 halfway covered, pair 2 to get 1. How many would you have? 4. So 12 plus 4 is equally 16. So we also have 16 square centimeter on that one. Now let's try the third one, the middle triangle. Let's look at the middle triangle. How many fully covered? 2. How many halfway covered? 4. Let's pair 2 halfway covered to make 1 and the second 2 halfway covered to make 1. So what's the area of the small triangle in the center? Great job. 4 square centimeter. Now let's go over to the rhombus. Let's look at the rhombus. How many fully covered squares do we have? 4. Good. Now how many halfway covered? 8. 2 at the top. Can you see 2 at the top? That's at the top corner of the rhombus. 2 at the left, 2 at the right, and another 2 at the bottom. The 4 fully covered are the ones in the middle of the rhombus. You can see there. Okay? All right. Now, let's pair 2 halfway covered to make 1 again. All right. We pair 2, we get 1. Pair 2, get 1. Pair 2, get 1. And pair 2, get another 1. So now we have 4. 4 plus the fully covered 4 we have would give us what? Great job. 8. All right, let's move on to the top right triangle. The triangle that is just next to the rhombus at the top. At the top. That's the top right hand corner. All right, now how many fully covered boxes do we have there? We have 2. And how many halfway covered do you see? 4. Great job. Now pair 2. Pair 2 halfway covered and then tell what the area would be. Good job. Pair 2 halfway covered will give us 2. So 2 plus 2 will have 4. So that area is 4. Let's move on to the trapeze. No, this is not a trapezium. A parallelogram. The one down this way. There we're going to have how many fully covered? 3, 4, 5, 6 fully covered. And how many halfway covered? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now please note, you will see the halfway covered boxes along the line of the shape that you are working on. So the halfway covered ones are the ones that run along the line of the trapezium, the sides. Okay? All right. So the halfway covered are 4 and the fully covered are 6. So let's pair and add up. If we pair, we're going to have 2 and then let's add it to the fully covered 6. 2 plus 6 is 8. And for our right angle, how many fully covered? 6. And how many halfway covered? Look along the line, the green line. You see the halfway covered along the green line of the right angle triangle. Can you see that? Okay, so how many fully covered? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And how many halfway covered? 4. So let's pair halfway covered and fully covered. We're going to have how many? Great job. We equally have 8. Now that you know the area of all the shapes in the tangram, what you need to do now is answer questions B, C, and D. Question B says the total area of the 5 right angle triangles. Actually, that may be a typographical error because the right angle triangle we have there is this one at the corner, the bottom right corner. All the other 4 triangles are normal triangles. Okay, so add up all the add up the area of all the triangles. That will give you the total area of all triangles. And it also says you should add up the area of the square and the parallelogram. So go ahead and do that. The final question says give one way to make 1/8 of the total area. Now look at the tangram. Each section is 1/something of the total shape. For example, where we have 16, the triangles where we have 16, they are 1/16 of the total shape. Each of them is 1/16 of the total shape. The parallelogram is 1/8 of the total shape. The right angle triangle down here at the corner is 1/8. Then we have another 1/8 in the rhombus or the square. 1/4 of the total shape is the triangles that we have in the middle and the top right hand corner. So this question says you should make a way of the total, give one way to make 1/8. So choose any of the 1/8 shapes and make the statement. One way to make 1/8 of the total shape is with the parallelogram, right angle triangle, or the rhombus or the square. Okay? All right. Do the other questions and send them to me on Class Dojo just like you've always done, and I'll check your answers. All right, students, let's see what we've learned today. So today we learned to find the areas of shapes by counting squares. We also were able to find the area of irregular shapes by counting squares, just like we just did. Not with the tangram, but with the shapes, the leaves. Okay, they are irregular shapes. So now you understand how to find areas, and it's been a very good and interesting class. So students, take good care of yourself and do all your homework so we have another class tomorrow. Please look at workbook page 199 to 201 and solve all the questions and send them to me. So take care of yourselves and have a good day. Bye.